All right, so topics. I figure there should be like maybe at least 5 topics to talk about. And maybe we don't get all 5 topics. Like maybe we end up with just 3. I think it should be something where it's at least 3 topics. Like we can't just talk about one topic, and 2 topics is a little bit too imbalanced as well. I think 3 topics is the best way to do it. And then do it for like 1 hour to 90 minutes. And the topics should be, minimum 3, but I feel like there should be between 5 and 10 potential topics because, you go through things and it's a really quick answer, or you're just like, no, 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 and you're kind of done with it. Um, the special guests are going to be just from all over the place. It's just long as they're cool and engaging and really great and passionate about what they do, with their work, the commitment to the things they care about most and what they're good at. So we want to have comedians, doctors, athletes, artists, um, mothers, fathers, grandparents, owners, prisoners, all the things. All the things, any of the things, people that just have like a really interesting story and just like storytelling across the board. Because I mean, that's really how things get done, and just really covering everything and not just, like I said earlier, covering not just like food and wellness. Obviously, this is taking place in the kitchen. The guests may or may not be in the kitchen. Yes, we will talk about food. That is part of the point, but everything else needs to just be about storytelling and good stories. I think that's what people really need like right now. And I think that's what really like works. And yes, we will talk a little bit about politics, and case in point, I think that one of the hallmarks about, politicians and politics and just everything and just the recent voting and election just now is you really have to be a great storyteller. And stories are so important, and it takes people places, it touches people, really deeply. And people generally vote and make most of their decisions on feelings versus facts. So, gotta tell a good story. And especially if like they're timeless stories. Like I just want to collect timeless stories, with people in regards to the just amazing, passionate, and fantastic things that they're doing. So yeah, so we're at 26 minutes. I think I'm gonna sit here and just like go through just all the things. But a little bit about me. I'm Lynnette, and I'm based in LA. In former lives, I've been based in Mexico. I've been based in Chicago. I've been based in New York. And if I must say, have lived, been living a very cool life. Generally safe, but also enough, friction and growth and conflict and, trauma and all these things that help move us through the human experience. So I'm really thankful for that and my upbringing, which has mostly been on the East Coast and the Midwest. So I'll talk a lot about Chicago. I'll talk a lot about New York. I'll talk a lot about South Carolina. And then my most recent homes, where there's like absolutely no family at all, has been Mexico and Los Angeles, the West Coast. So that is, been the most recent things in my life and recent experiences, but it's great. A little bit more about me. So yes, I'm a chef by trade. So if the world comes crashing down, I know my job to cook the food and help grow it, and just really be a light of truth and decency for the people in this fictional village where Armageddon was. Okay, heads up, I can be a little macabre. I think that's how you pronounce it. Macabre. Yeah, I think the bruh is, I said that bruh. Not B-R-E, not B-R-U-H. Bruh. Yeah, bruh. So I'm a chef, bruh. But then I got a nonprofit, bruh. We help people get more plants on their plate, bruh. It's called Superfood School. And yeah, that's the purpose of it. And I work with different organizations, including urban farms, employee wellness groups, and yeah, just everyday people getting access to this stuff. I also do wellness coaching, mostly in Beverly Hills, but throughout LA and really all over the world. If you got an internet, we can hook it up and help you to just not only incorporate more plants in your plate, but if you are a meat eater, meteor, a meat eater, then really how to figure out like what your portions are. It's so interesting. I like wrote this quote. Let's see if I can find my phone. It's really good. And I wanted to talk about it today. Oh my God. I've got like all types of things on there. Okay. So this was it. I think our consumption should be based on how much we can comfortably maintain. And I've always said this, and I'll say it all the time. Like, if you had to hunt and kill and forage and just store and just maintain all of the things that you ate on such a like kind of primal basic level, you would not consume the amount in specifically of meat like 9 times out of 10 because it's just impossible, untenable almost. My dad loves that word, untenable. It's almost untenable to be able to really do that and still maintain, your modern life, and that's the thing with like automation where it's been really helpful, but then like it kind of hasn't been helpful because it just adds to so much of the overconsumption because you can get it so fast. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you think about portion control or just like dieting and just everything across the board, that's one way to think about it. Like you just open the freezer, or when you're going to the grocery store, or when you're cooking something about to eat it, and you're just like, okay, if I had to really like shuck and pluck all these animals and freeze it up and break it down and portion it out and marinate it and do, like, would I really be eating this at this pace? And 9 times out of 10, probably not. So that's one step to be able to stay a little or a lot a bit healthy. But yeah, definitely message me any questions about health and wellness and food and mental health things. Like I'm a wealth of knowledge when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm really excited to share it on this platform. That's the reason why I'm doing this. But like I'm also so full of jokes and so full of, other things that are not necessarily in that same vein. So I really want to be able to talk about that as well. I have a chair on the other side, but I feel like leaning is okay today. I like worked out really hard today. I did like lifting weights and stuff. And like I'm getting so much stronger with like my lifting and just like the leg press and all that. Which is so good because it makes me faster when I run. And that's pretty exciting because I want to run the Chicago Marathon next year. I was supposed to run it this year, but ish happens and I didn't. But I really want to do it. All right. So next on the list is what? Okay. So we're talking about storytelling. Storytelling. 3 stories. Okay. So I'm going to go on. Oh, you hear my stomach. That's not supposed to be that way. I'm not even hungry. In fact, I'm so not hungry. I'm going to eat this I promise I'll cook real food next time. I promise, I promise, I promise. It's a little chocolate. It's like chocolate. Oh, you see my hot sauce? That's my hot sauce basket in the back. We'll go through that soon. Okay. Here's a little bit of ASMR in this chocolate. I think ASMR is going to be a really big, important part of this show. So get ready. All right. So now that we've covered some of the health and wellness aspects, let's get into some pop culture stuff. So I'm going to go on X, also known as Twitter. I'm still on it. I mean, it seems pretty uncensored, which is really important. I mean, Elon definitely needs to chill. But I get a lot of unbiased information on here, I think. And Temu ads, lots and lots of Temu ads. Cooking with aluminum foil is toxic. Guys, it's like almost everything is toxic. I'm so sorry. And it's literally just a matter of you weighing your options based on time, cost, and circumstance to stay alive. Good luck. Foods cooked with aluminum foil, aluminum cookware, and aluminum utensils at storing food in aluminum containers can cause aluminum to leach into your food and increase risk of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and kidney disease. I mean, what are we supposed to do? What else here? Which conspiracy theories do you think are actually true? Put them in the comments. Put them in the comments today. It doesn't even have to be a topic. Anytime. Feel free to put down there. Because I love to hear, really far out things. It's so much politics stuff right now. And I just, oh, wow. He's making Marco Rubio Secretary of State. That's funny. And he was talking so much trash about him when he ran against him. I mean, see how that is? Politics, it moves like that. And the CIA literally confirmed that remote viewing is real. Remote viewing. Yeah, that's like a form of like psychic ability when you can see things essentially remotely. Like, wow. I heard that you can like practice and be able to cultivate that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to write this down. I am going to interview a remote viewer. So if anyone out there has a remote viewer that I can interview on here about remote viewing, I would absolutely love that. So let's write that down. Remote viewing. I'm so excited about not viewfinder, viewer as guest. Anyway, so I'm so excited about kind of building this in public, so to speak, because when you build in private and then like you build in a certain way, like things, projects, then you have to you got to be a little bit more strategic. And generally speaking, that's the way that I am. But for this, because this is so essentially just the full expression of who I am, like I can't really be too strategic about this. Like I just don't feel comfortable being strategic about it, where it's just like, okay, I'm going to, strategize my improvisation, which is like a complete I mean, that defeats the purpose, right? It's oxymoronic. And like, I don't want to be that way with this. I just want to be as free flowing as possible. I feel like the most that I want to do for this is, as far as like strategy is like, yeah, create obviously, who the guests are, but then like, these 5 to 10 topics that we're covering, like that's kind of that, and just let everything, free flow as much as possible. So hopefully I stick to that. Hopefully as this grows, the people who really support it take to that as well. I think that's super important, and to hold me accountable for it. I'm going to stick to it. Anyway, back on. Let's see here. Ooh, Republicans officially retain control of the U.S. House, giving the GOP a trifecta. Control of both chambers of Congress and the presidency. Yikes. That's pretty serious. All right. Looking for more stuff. Feel free to bring up any. Okay, these mountain fires out in Ventura County. Shout out to Ventura County sending vibes to help contain that fire. Yeah, it's really tough. I heard that New York City is now going to ban grilling in parks now because of this fire that happened in Prospect Park. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. Grilling is such a big part of culture, like pretty much around the world. So people gather in parks for that exact reason. So I think that it's not about eliminating it. I think it's about helping to maintain it in a better way, and, have more. I mean, when's the first time this ever happened? Never really happened. So it's not like, oh, we need an automatic ban. Like, I don't even know the details of it, but it doesn't matter. I just think that, yeah, I don't think that's it. Oh, this is a good one. Fruits of the spirit: gentleness, self-control, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, forbearance, peace, joy, and love. Galatians. Is that how that is? Galatians, I think. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, the Doomsday Seed Vault. Interesting. Yeah, I'm excited about doing this on Monday too, because I feel like any other day other than Monday, really, I feel like it's not something that, people particularly would want to do. Because Thursday, Friday, you should be out moving around doing things. But Monday, if you have the type of, it's like watching TV. This should be like watching TV. So, but all of the live streams will then be cut into smaller like clips and episodes and things like that. So, you'll be able to watch it, because I don't really expect people to be on here watching the live stream like this unless they know the guests. I think that's really what is going to be kind of what sets everything apart, is that, oh, okay, the guest is going to bring people, and then we're just really recording it just to record. Oh my God, I love this. I love this photo. See, it's like I'm talking about Chicago stuff. If you've ever been in Chicago, can I bring it back? Yeah. So that's on the Kennedy. Let's see if I can get it right in focus a little bit. That's on the Kennedy Expressway in Chicago. That is Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, And then it's a baseball player, I think, from Chicago, but, like, that is such an icon. I mean, it's so iconic. Like, it's so iconic. And just making the hair red for Rodman, it's just like, wow, what a time to be alive. Yeah, I'm from, like, the Jordan era for sure, but a little bit of Kobe too, but yeah, I mean, it was really cool to kinda see things happen, um, with, with just, like, sports. Because sometimes when, like, a team, like, for example, like the Bulls, they won so much and for so long, it turned people into sports fans. People that would have never really watched it, they were so into it because it had become such a part of the city's identity where you're gonna follow along just because you everyone's, like, watching, everyone's and they're winning, and they're winning, and they're winning, and they're winning. So I think that if they even thought about that or if someone like looked back in retrospect, I'm pretty sure that there was a huge uptick in general in just like sports watching, sports consumption in Chicago, specifically during that time of the Bulls just winning, 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 because like, why wouldn't you be a part of it? And then, once Michael Jordan retired and everything kind of just started to kind of, what's the word? Not fall apart. That is really not what I mean, but deconstruct, so to speak. But I feel like once that happened, then a large part of those people like weren't necessarily watching basketball like at all. It was just for that moment, for that specific thing. It's almost like the Olympics in a way where a lot of people would not watch gymnastics next year if it came on. If it came on, they're like, no, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna watch the latest episode of whatever. But during that moment when it comes to the Olympics, it's just like, okay, we're watching the Olympics. This is what we're doing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Making things a thing that gets the quote gets the people going is really really how things are done in a way. Anyhow, thank you to people who have like popped in, like even that energy, even if it's just like, okay, it looks boring what she's doing, or she's not dancing, or it's a woman, or I'm not attracted to her, or like this all types of stuff that people are thinking when they pop in and they don't see what they're looking for, but they don't know what they're looking for. And then it just like pop out, you know, like they're looking for like that thing. Speaking of that thing, should I get like overlays in this thing? Like it's like a frame that then it's like when people subscribe, like little coins come out and little graphics and stuff. I feel like I should get that. But then a part of me feels like, oh, I don't know, like looks too cheesy. And I'm gonna do a little bit of research on it, and I'll report back. You know what? Let me see. So who's like one of the biggest streamers in the world? Who is it? I don't even know. Seriously, biggest streamers. Ninja. Damn, I don't even know these people. Oh, it's Twitch. Ninja, Ebi, Aaron Play, Rubius. Who's is on Twitch? Top 3. Okay, Kai Sanat. I know who Kai Sanat is. All right, so let me go to Kai Sanat. I don't think I should be doing Twitch though. Maybe so. KII. KII. Sanat. Mm, let's see. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it looks like people just kind of come in And let's see. Okay, no. There's something on there. There's like a picture in picture. And then there's a little thing that has like his logo at the bottom. And then it's got like a scroll, like a feed. But geez, I mean, the feed is moving so fast. I don't even think that that's something that really makes a difference. Because you can't even like, you know. Okay, now he's. Oh, you're going to mess me up with this music that is not allowed. Okay, so here's one where. Oh my goodness. I mean, I totally want advertising soon. Okay, yeah, it's nothing but like just this light and this thing. And it's really about him and just like engaging with people. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, what my homework is this week. I'm giving myself homework. Let me write it down. Next week I'm going to have somebody. Maybe the remote viewer. Okay, so homework is watch Kai Sinat. And that other guy, there's this other guy that I found out about. I think his name is like Furby or like Wubby, Wuzzy, Wubby, Wubby, maybe Wubby. And he like sells like this electrolyte drink too, which is really good actually. But Wubby was really funny. So I definitely want to watch that one again and kind of take notes. So that'll be some of my homework. And what else? Kind of figure out a wardrobe, like because I think, you know, I shouldn't like it doesn't have to be like fashion, but it also needs to be some form of function. So we're gonna see what it is, and I hope this is like right. Anyway, yeah. All right, so that's a note. And then let's see what else. It is 6:30. I want to get to an hour. Like I want to do like a full hour and just feel what that space looks like because I haven't done a live stream before on YouTube, but I did do them for a period of time. For a period of time in 2020 during the pandemic on Twitch, actually. And I did it for like a month and I did it almost all day long because I was just cooking and cooking and cooking, and people would come on there and just kind of chat with me. I didn't have any guests or anything, but it was just cooking and cooking and cooking. And the problem was that like I was doing so much cooking to kind of keep people's attention and to just do things on there because, to be like a successful streamer, you kind of got to be on for a while. And when I tell you, I cooked so much and spent so much time cooking, and it ended up being kind of a disaster because it was the pandemic. And so you really couldn't even be anywhere with people giving this food away. So there was a bit of food waste in this case for sure. But then also it was just like so much time. I think like to be one of those type of successful streamers, you have to be DJing or you have to be playing a video game. I don't think there's any other way around it when it comes to that. It really has to hold people's attention for an extended period of time, and it's only so much stuff that I can cook. I mean, even now, and there's no pandemic happening, so so I wonder if I can sing songs. If someone comes on and they can sing songs, because I cannot believe I cannot play any music. I wonder, is that on Twitch? Because fuck around, I'll end up on Twitch. Like I don't want to end up on Twitch, or maybe I'll just end up streaming it to this, but it'll get, I don't know. I have to think about it. I mean, this is the first one, so. And because I'm doing this quote in public, I don't have to take myself so seriously this time. So seriously, not so much. Yeah, but I just want music so much. That's such a huge part of my life is just music so much. And not to be able to have that is so important, and I guess it's not gonna work. Anywho, let's get into something I heard this morning, and I hope I don't get in trouble for it. But here I'm gonna tee it up. It's from Neville Goddard. Oh, good. I can look at it and I can. You know what? I'm just gonna play the whole thing. Okay. I'm gonna do this whole thing so then it just kind of plays. But it's the meat of save video as new clip. The meat of this is so, so good. This is Neville Goddard. This is from YouTube. Another thing for homework this week for me is to put some stuff of the things that I play on playlists, like just different points of reference. Since I can't play music, then I can at least like share the music and things that I really like. But this was from this morning when I was doing my red light therapy, which is something I'll get into maybe today or maybe another day. Yeah, this is about just like energy and manifestations and woo stuff. All right, here we go.
Energy is the driving force behind everything you do. It fuels your thoughts, actions, and intentions, and when directed properly, it serves as the catalyst for your transformation. To invest your energy in your own growth means to consciously choose where you place your attention, how you use your time, and what you allow to influence you. It requires discernment, knowing when to engage and when to withdraw, when to build and when to rest. By directing your energy towards self-improvement, learning, and achieving your personal goals, you empower yourself to rise above external distractions and become the architect of your own life. Neville Goddard often taught that you are the creator of your reality, and this creative power stems from the energy you channel through your thoughts and feelings. If you allow yourself to be constantly reacting to the world around you, whether it's the behavior of others, the news, or fleeting circumstances, you become a passive participant in your own life. You surrender your power to outside forces, allowing them to dictate your emotional state, your actions, and ultimately your outcomes. In doing so, you scatter your energy, weakening your ability to manifest the life you truly desire.
That is so, so timely. Um, what that was from this one video. It was like maybe 20 minutes long, like Neville Goddard. And I think it was something like focus on yourself, focus on building yourself, because that's, the only way you can actually help others if your cup is filled. But I think that is so on point, especially for just this past week. Like, it's crazy how emotional everyone is, for better or for worse. Like it's unbelievable. Just the states of emotions. And I think like when it comes to just the negative emotions, because obviously that is worse than like these toxically positive emotions, so to speak, is that I mean, just like he said, there's no way to really make sense of allowing things like the news and things like outward situations to really like, I mean, people are getting physically sick. People are having bouts of depression. Like, I mean, come on. Come on, come on. We have to have a better inner resolve for our day-to-day life. Like these are external events. Yes, these are very important events and decisions and things, but to have them affect you in a way to where you can't kind of function with your day-to-day life, like that's even worse than the issues that you're thinking about. You're self-sabotaging yourself in fear of something that hasn't quite happened yet or hasn't really affected you. Like it's just the thought of those things. And yeah, I get it, but I don't, because doom and gloom is not really becoming for anybody and anything. And for someone that does have bouts of anxiety like everybody else, it's, not to play the trauma police, but it's not about things that generally are outside of my control. It's a combination of how I'm moving through life, or the things that I'm doing, the decisions that I've made that are inside of my control that more so cause anxiety, and things like directly related to me. Like, oh my gosh, okay, am I going to, you know, land this contract? Or, oh my gosh, is this live stream project going to be really cool, or is it going to be a just disaster? Like, those things create a little bit of anxiety, right? Because those are things that you directly have a big responsibility for. But, you know, I mean, things something so macro like the elections is just like, whew, really? Uh-uh. Please, 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 please do not allow these outward events to affect you in a way that it's affecting your pocket, like, and your just mental sanity. And also the people around you, that may share different opinions. Like, they're welcome to that. I feel like this is turning into almost like kind of a COVID witch hunt thing over again about, who's for the vaccine, who's against the vaccine, who's for this, who's for that, who's this. Like, these modern day witch hunts are, again, not becoming for us as a people. And if anything is going backwards, we're thinking about so much of, oh, we're sending society back. We're sending things back right by ourselves with these witch hunts that we've been having with these different global issues. And that starts right at home. That has nothing to do with anything else. It doesn't have to pass through Congress or pass through this. Like, y'all out here witch hunting, and it's not becoming. It's not giving. It's giving medieval. It's giving, yeah, it's not. Anywho, it's been an hour, and I think I'm going to wrap it up. Next week, I will have a guest, and I'll have to sit and learn and figure out what that actually entails on how that goes, because I'm seeing, like, can you do a split screen? I might actually need to get some type of technology or some type of something to be able to do the split screen, to be honest. So I think I'll be back next week. And then, like, if I can't do the split screen, then I literally will have to have somebody come over and share the space with me. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So hopefully I get to save this so then I could add things to it. But whoever watches this, whenever you watch it, I appreciate your attention so, so, so very much. And hopefully, if you just get one thing out of this that can help change for the better the way that you live, think, the things, then I am eternally grateful. And hopefully you are too. And that's why this is called You're Welcome.